The following is an actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast featuring a bunch of nerds stuck in their homes across the country. Listener discretion is advised. We don't know what the hell they're going to come up with next. This is Call of the Deep.
Listening to this later, it has been a shit day, and these guys are gonna make it better. But welcome back to another episode. Yeah, C+. Hey, it's still passing, so we're good. Welcome back to another episode of Call of the Deep, a D&D 5e campaign where me, Mikey, aka Pop Culture Geek all over the internets, are gonna lead these lovable losers through a story. Whether or not they follow the path that I have laid out for them, we shall see, but you are here for the ride, so here we go. Before we get started into our story, I definitely do want my players to introduce themselves, so we're just going to go based on who I have from my screen, so just be prepared. We're going to start with Professor Crossweight. He's going to start us off with introductions.
Professor, thank you for giving me the promotion. I am an adjunct faculty at 3 community colleges and a state school. So I appreciate the title. My name's John Crossweight. I'm a voice actor, improviser. I'm on the social media and the TikTok. I enjoy making voices and causing trouble. I'll be playing any random NPC that just so happens to come our way.
Yeah, he's basically NPC too. We'll just make it official. Professor Crosswith over here is going to be my unofficial co-DM for this whole thing. So.
Oh, really?
Professor NPC.
Professor. Oh,
yeah.
NPC. That's
and also your vocal coach.
Hey, look at all the titles I'm racking up here.
I can't pay you for it, but
what are you paying us? What are you paying me? Double it.
My love.
Oh, double the love. Yo.
Yo. You'll get a hug next time when I see you.
Cute.
What's the translation rate to that though? Like into actual money?
Into currency?
Yeah.
It's probably like 400 rupees or something.
Oh damn! I was hoping rubles.
Speaking of rubles,
I got a lot of debts to pay in the UK, in the Ukraine and stuff like that. So
you have that look about you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do. Which leads me into my next introduction, Mr. JVL. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am not a professor or adjunct professor at multiple colleges. I only teach theater classes at random theaters every once in a while. And then I can also be found online as Negative H on here or the JV Lexicon and on my podcast, Improvised Weapons, where I play a dwarf cleric who's making some very bad choices lately. Very bad.
I'm scared. I just got
I'm
to the
I'm also playing the druid here.
That is true. As a quick sidebar, I am at the live show, so I'm just like, we're still at the very beginning, so I'm nervous.
Yeah. Be very nervous.
Jeez Louise. Okay, so next person I want to give an introduction is my lovely friend Amador.
Oh, I'm not a professor or that other thing that's big. I'm just a dude that likes playing Dungeons and Dragons. Did I mention I'm a goblin? Yeah, that's about it.
These introductions just get better and better.
That's me.
Oh my goodness. Alrighty, so after that little lovely introduction, the next person that is part of this lovely game is Mike. Go ahead.
Oh, well, much like Commodore, I'm just a dude that likes playing another dude while I'm looking like another dude. I don't really do any kind of social media. I just like playing D&D, so here I am.
and you're the best of us. Social media can be a really great place, but it could also be a hellscape as well.
That's what they
It's
call
like
my mother.
PTSD. Whoa. Hey, see, I can't say anything about that because I know your mom, and I am not going there. Anywho's, before we start talking about other people's mothers, let's move on to our final castmate for tonight's session. Jace, go ahead and give your little introduction doobly thing.
Testing, is my mic on?
Yes,
I don't
it
think
is.
so.
What? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello. I can hear you.
If you
You're
can
good.
hear me, I still haven't confirmed my mic's on or not. If you can hear me, my name's JC Vanguard. I was on TikTok for a while, and I do plan on coming back whenever my work schedule cuts down, but we're here to play a game, and I'm here to mess with Mikey, so game on.
Liz has confirmed your mic is on.
Sweet.
You gotta quit your job. Go back to TikTok, man.
Well, see, I'm working 7 days in a week right now, so as soon as my workflow cuts down again, I'm gonna get back on TikTok.
Why do you work 7
You
days
have to
a
join the
week?
Chinese Revolution.
That's a
because
whole
I'm broke
conversation
and need
we-
money.
I mean, valid. What do you do?
Construction.
On purpose?
Yeah.
That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
Dude, I enjoy it. It's so much fun.
Good.
That's why I work 7
If
days a
you
week.
if you like it, good. If it's a job you hate, then get out. Yeah.
So before we upset the population of construction workers that listens to this little podcast,
They know exactly what I meant
What's
by that
our
statement. They're okay.
worker base?
We're so sorry, Liz.
They
We're
know.
so sorry.
who needs money? Live off the streets together. So, for those of you listening to this, we have a observer in our game today, the lovely Liz McJames. She is an OG TikToker that, for some reason, decided to follow me back, and she's a lovely person, and she's very sweet, but she also keeps it 100%. So she's gonna give us shit the entire game, which is gonna be lovely. But with that, we are down 2 players. We are without our barbarian Endymion and our ranger Fedin. Both of them had prior engagements, but they will be back for the next session. So it's just going to be these lovely individuals for tonight, but we're going to have a great time.
We lost our muscle, guys. What are we going to do?
I hope. Now, I can't
kinda
say you
got
don't need.
muscle.
We saw what happened last time you were left on your own for combat. I don't know.
Hey, I killed a lot of people that game.
I killed
Yeah,
more.
you also got choked out by a fish person.
You got tapped out by a fish
Debatable.
person?
Debatable.
Fish people don't even have arms. How'd you
I
get choked out
I
by a
didn't go
fish
down.
person?
I didn't go unconscious. Don't start that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you totally did.
I did
How
not
does
go
a fish
down.
Choke
I mean,
you.
technically,
Like
I
the
saw
mouse?
he is
17 hit
right.
points.
Technically, he's right.
That's right. You are right. You're right.
But
It was
may
flavor
I,
text that you were basically cocaine clutch.
but may I also remind you too that technically you were the reason that the barbarian went down in the very first fight that we had.
All right. To be fair,
To
I
be
blame
fair,
everything on Albert. To be
I
fair,
shoot grenades out of my arrows.
You just light things on fire.
Yeah, I do.
I mean,
Everyone needs a hobby.
It's a good hobby.
He's
I think
the
it's his
arson-
profession.
he's the arsonist of the group.
when me and Mike were kids, we set a field on fire.
When did we set a field
So-
on fire?
Like a whole
Introduce
field?
Mike
Oh no,
yet.
I'm sorry, that wasn't you. That was Walter. We set the
Before
field
the-
in backyard and
When
people
did
know.
you set a field on
Wait,
fire?
field like soccer field or field like a national park?
So JC, we're gonna stop right there because I don't want this. I don't want this to be used in a court of law down the line.
Oh
It's
no,
like
we
that.
were
You can't
Field
eight.
of
look at
dreams?
No, we were eight. It's okay.
No, Liz, if this was 10 hours long, I think I would want to kill. Like, I think I will bash my head against the wall. Yes, John, and I appreciate it, and I am sorry. I will figure out some kind of, commission or that because you do a lot, and I don't want.
Oh no, I was just making a joke. You don't have to pay me. I'm in a I'm not doing work that's worth any type of money. I'll put it that way.
I forget that there are two of you. Damn it.
He wasn't
Anyways,
talking to you.
So there's
Oh, well,
two
then take it on
Johns
whatever
and
you
three
want.
Mikeys.
And one
It's-
Jace.
it is a shit show, ladies and gentlemen. But speaking of shit shows, let's do a recap of the last shit show that we had.
You shit on people?
So last time on Call of the Deep, which was literally last week, you guys ended up in a fight with some fish people. There was a lot of things that happened. There was a random penguin that showed up with an Azamar that Obi-Wan Kenobi'd. Hugh entangled the penguin. Hugh got dusted with some dandelion dust. We found out that Darlin's spiritual weapon is a pillow of all things, which is the greatest thing ever. I forgot Tydak has wings, so he was a pain in the ass trying to get with these enemies. And they didn't have any ranged weapons, so they couldn't shoot him out of the sky. Oh my goodness. But you guys were successful. After the fight, you looted the bodies. You guys arrived at the island of Gundarlun, which was the destination that you guys signed up for to answer King Red Axe's plea for help for a quest. You were introduced to Fila, who is the right hand of King Red Axe. She led you guys to the Dragon Turtle Inn, where the party met a lovely set of twins, Thera and Rhea. There might have been some tension there, but we will discover that later. Especially one particular Rhea has quite an affinity with some dwarves, but we will explore that a little bit later tonight. Hopefully, we shall see. But as you go,
You also named
Yes.
our ship.
Mm-hmm.
yes. Oh my
The second
goodness.
ship. We named the
The se-
second ship.
Yes.
Yeah, the second ship. It's like, what did we tell you? You cannot name the things that you pick up because then you grow attached to it.
We're making our own flotilla at this point. I'm pretty sure we're keeping it.
Well,
We have a
we'll
name,
get to
we have a flag. All we gotta do is just man it. We're done.
You gotta
Actually, that
feed
would
it.
probably make my job easier, but we'll get there.
Don't forget to feed it and let it out to potty every day too.
Hey, Marilyn can mend it at any time. We're good. You just need to spend like 3 days mending it like last time.
Just a whole
Listen, we
session of
It was like an
fixing
hour.
a boat.
No, that was the end of our section. At the end of our session, he mended that damn boat for us and got it off the reef.
Listen, without Darlin, you would have had that boat. So
I mean-
it's give some kudos to the man's.
That is honorable.
Yes. And before we ended last session, you guys were given. Basically, you pretty much have the night to yourselves. The twins gave you some places you guys could visit, and you also got some gold upon arrival as well. So you pretty much have a free night to yourself before you guys have to go meet King Red Axe in the morning. So yeah, so the twins are still there. You guys are kind of enjoying your drinks. You're enjoying yourselves. Thera comes up to you guys and it's just like, so loves, you got any plans for the rest of the evening?
Plans? I do have plans. I have plans to. Yeah, I didn't get that far, honestly. Like Koros kind of
Pretty
scratches his
sure
head. He's just
Darwin
like,
passed out at the table.
You're a dwarf. You can't pass out.
Farron whacks you in the face, gets you back up. Come on, boy.
It's just like, wake up.
Why don't you
Oh, my God.
Ah, yeah!
30 points to Gryffindor.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, why is it Gryffindor?
Because I'm in that
Seriously.
house.
No, Ravenclaw.
Ugh.
Ravenclaw.
Ugh. Double ugh.
I'm a Hufflepuff.
I'm curious.
I
You know, me too.
I'm all Slytherin. You know. Get that tattooed on my neck. What are we talking
Oh,
about?
nice. My
You learn-
plans. I was going to go to the shop.
It's a shopping episode.
We love how those go. No, so All right. So Theros just like, so you want to do a little bit of shopping? Well, may I suggest you go see Magilla? She pretty much owns the marketplace, and she might have a few surprises for you.
I like surprises.
Well, surprises I love. I would also like to repair my armor.
That is right. You were in a very big fight where you lost a lot of your armored plating and some other. Didn't Darlin also lose a bit of his armor as well, or maybe one of your weapons?
No, pretty much just use a spiritual weapon, but I wouldn't mind checking out a library.
Thera kinds of thinks a little bit, Darlin, and then she says, we don't necessarily have a library, but we do have a bookstore. What was the name of it? And Ria, do you remember the name of the bookstore for me?
Which one, the horror one or the actual one? Because there's two now.
That's right. The actual one.
It's
What
not in the
was
notes.
it?
So I could just say a name out loud and that becomes canon.
You are playing a very dangerous game with your lives here.
I got it. I was just like,
I'm sorry.
Terra's Tomes. I was like, Terra's Tomes is the bookstore around here. If you're looking
Terrace
for...
Place is just a bit south of here, not too far, but be careful, it's a little different.
Ria...
In what way do you make that they are different? Different is, of course.
It says it's not only the books. It's potions and things that you have to be. Is that dwarf passed out?
Smack, smack, smack.
Different is acceptable. I'm looking for different kinds of books. Something, not just a novel, but something with a little bit extra lore to it.
Aye. Just be careful. You're never quite sure what's inside them books you buy.
Oh my goodness.
I also would like to know if there is a place that I might congregate with the local water people, that maybe the docks or other places. I would like to speak to those that live their lives in the sea.
I mean, you could go walk into the ocean, but you might
you mishear me. I do not
them
mean
as quickly
literally
as-
in the water. I meant the people that sail across and live their lives by the changing of the tides. I feel as though they may not understand the beauty that I have to show them.
I think he's talking about sailors.
Oh, that makes way more sense. Yeah, well,
That
you
would
could head
be-
down to the Gunbark Harbor. You could buy weapons and armor. I'm sure there's plenty of folks there to speak to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
I want to buy a fishing
Right.
pole when I get that chance to.
Wouldn't it offend our buddy here, who is part fish, part human?
What? What are you talking about?
We'll get to that when we get to that.
I don't
Yeah.
know which person you are pointing at this point. Stop. We are all human beings here.
Yeah, first off, look how droopy his nose is. How can you tell me that's not
I
human?
told you I got in a fight with a fish type of thing that bit off the tip of the nose.
See?
I'm trying to... Yes.
So what you're saying is we need to take you to a medical shop or a leatherer?
Perhaps if I'm up for a healing of some sort, it might improve my pallor.
Maybe a taxidermist.
You're quite a strange bunch, aren't you?
Yeah, I've never heard of anyone
We
needing
only-
a leatherer to fix their face. That's a new one.
Why would it have to be leather? It would. I don't feel that the skin or hide of a cow would be useful on human skin.
No, I didn't say it. He said it. I don't have leathery human skin. That's a different type of lampshade killing men hobby. I don't do stuff like that.
I can't.
You do you. You can wear a mask or whatever you want. I'm not gonna judge.
I don't judge those that. I also do not judge those that may take their time in strange pursuits of making lampshades and or furniture out of other beings. They obviously have a trade that could be quite useful in places.
Your eye is a little wonky. You might want to just shift the chip.
It's an optical illusion. It's just because I am quite imbued with the daiquiri I have been drinking. Obviously, it is wearing on me quite weirdly.
I think the ground is kind of uneven too, because it has that like planar kind of thing also.
Are you sure your leg's not just longer than the other?
I could show you if you'd like, but I don't know if you'd enjoy the sight.
Yeah, this took a turn. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna walk back into the kitchen.
Obviously, she was compelled by your handsomeness.
You are quite the talker, aren't you? You speak complete lies, but I appreciate it.
You would call me a liar.
I called you a fibber and a liar.
Push a little harder, you might be going home with her.
Yes, in a body bag if she's one of those people that makes the lampshades out of humans. I prefer not to have that happen tonight, Tydak. I actually have to leave you all now and find these sailors. I like to spend time with them and have conversations with them if I could.
I will follow you because I want to go.
Yeah. I have many more. I'm leaving these pamphlets behind. If you ever want a refresh of your own Tydak, I'm more than happy to rewrite it in crayon.
I'm good. I appreciate it though, bud.
Oh, you should definitely take him up on it. It's really quite fascinating.
I'm gonna take the wooden spoon I have and just slowly push the pamphlet further away from me.
Thank you, Darlin. I appreciate someone giving good feedback on my work. It's very heartening to hear someone who is as learned and read as you appreciate what I have put down on paper.
Anytime. It was absolutely... I'm glad to add it to my collection.
Oh my goodness. So at this point, Tydak,
Yep.
Woo! We're off to a great start, you guys. No, but at this point, Thera kind of looks at you, Tydak, and says, I take it that you're not much of a shopper, love.
No, more of a battler.
Ah, I'm glad you mentioned that. And she kind of takes something, she takes a folded piece of paper out of her pocket, unfurls it, and kind of slides it your way. If you're looking to make a little extra money, and if you want to work out some aggression, I would recommend you going to the Crow's Nest Tavern and participate in the Buccaneer Brawl. But to get in, you kind of need a ticket. So just make sure you show this to the bouncer in front, and they'll let you in no problem.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. Kind of tucks it in the top of his leather armor.
But don't wait too long. It's only good for one night. And I hear the prize tonight's worth a lot of gold. So, just a food for thought. Alrighty.
Kind of shuffles to stand up and moves towards the door.
Are you trying to you could just leave. You don't have to be inconspicuous about it. Everyone else is going to be leaving at some point.
Hey, everyone, look, the Dragonborn is leaving the bar. We should all look and point.
Let's laugh, too.
Oh, wow.
I said I was going to get up and shuffle towards the door, not being sneaky about leaving.
Oh, so he's doing a contemporary dance of the ages where he puts one foot...
Leave him alone. He is trying to go and win money for his own purse. I understand that some people need to have the greed in their lives to showcase their worth. Others do not. And so I'm more than happy to see him go and engage in what he has trained for so long to be. You are quite a fighter, Tydak. You must show that off here. It is a new place.
It's more information. You can get a lot out of the gladiatorial battles, so there might be more that we need there.
Yeah.
And you are the most prepared out of all of us to use the physical arts to extract this information from other places.
People do often stop for long, thoughtful conversations while being battered in the face.
Sometimes unconscious.
I have heard that sometimes when you are in the heat of battle, your mind shuts down its blockers and you say the things you mean to say versus the things you are taught to say. And it seems to really bring out the best in people.
Oh, like evil people monologues. Like in the heat of battle.
It's more like your guard's more on something else than that of your brain.
Exactly. Your physical guard must be up so your mental guards are down. It's the best time to convert people to cults like I used to be a part of.
Do you want me to send some your way? Should I bring some pamphlets?
Oh, yes, if you would bring the pamphlets, they could be used also as towels when you're getting sweaty in the fight, and then you can use them and say, please come talk to me afterwards.
With just like the pinch of my 2 claws, I'm just gonna like pick up like a little pinch of them. So it's just the claws touching them and start walking out the door.
It's just water. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just
No,
wet.
this is just how I carry paper. Don't worry about it. It's okay, buddy.
Oh, you're being careful with it. I appreciate that. Parchment can fall apart sometimes.
I'm amazed it hasn't fell apart yet.
It is how it is created. It's meant to be wet. It is brittle when it is dry.
And on that note...
Is everything all right in the kitchen there? I heard some coughing from what was said before.
I'm doing just fine. And Rhea's going to poke her head out. I'm fine. And then close the door.
You must forgive my sister. She's what can I say? Some adventurers come into town. Y'all are a good-looking bunch.
Perhaps she can watch over Farron, who seems to have passed out in his drink here if he goes walking.
Rhea's going to bust through the door right at that moment of that sentence. What happened to the what?
He's apparently passed out in his ale here. We would leave him to make sure he's okay and none of his things get stolen. I feel like you have an affinity for watching over him, perhaps.
Yes. I can do that. Here, I'm gonna go get a room ready, and we'll place the dwarf in there, and I'll go make sure everything's fine. Don't touch him. I'll be right back. And she's gonna run around through all the different cabaret tables or whatever's in there, and then run upstairs with purpose.
Corvus is gonna kind of pull on a human's clothes. I think he's gonna be a lampshade.
Well, perhaps it's a good way to go in his culture. I don't know. Perhaps he wants to be lampshaded quite often.
I think he's more of a throw pillow. I'm going to be frank with you.
He's a throw pillow.
He could be a love seat at his age. Who knows?
Oh, he would make a great chair, wouldn't he?
A beanbag chair.
He's quite lumpy. That is true.
Yes, it's very true. Disproportionate at times.
Just don't punch him in the center too much. He might explode with large blocks of things.
Oh no! And that's the name of the episode. He would make a great chair.
Josh misses, and now this is what happens to him.
You never know.
To be fair, he never...
Remains to be seen. Who knows where this is going to go?
Thank you, Liz. Thank you.
We love it. Okay, so just for a point of order. So, we're splitting the party, so that's always fun. So, for point of order. So, Hugh and Corvus are going to do some shopping. Darlin is going to go to the bookstore. And potentially Tydak is going to go to the Crow's Nest Tavern. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that sounds
my
right.
plans have changed, so yeah.
Darlin, also, if you are in the bookstore and you find any tomes on Dagon or his cult around himself, I would appreciate seeing what the local legend is around him, just to understand how much they know about him. If you see anything, otherwise, do not worry.
Is there anything that I should be on the lookout for?
Anything around, just in general, of his coming, of his reawakening, and the actual legend of how he can be brought back. Because there are lies there right now from what has been published by many people, and I just want to see how people are portraying it before I dive too deep into converting them.
All right.
Are you saying that you
know
how to summon him?
No, I am quite aware how I'm supposed to summon him, but others have other ways they think is right, and they may be doing things the wrong way, which could make things very bad for everyone on this continent.
Can you explain that to me while we go to the shop?
Yes, I will go into more detail on actually creating, the portal to open so he might come back to this realm, of course.
Oh, okay. Sweet, I guess.
Oh my goodness. This is off to a great start. I'm so excited for the rest of the session. Okay, so as Liz, I will agree with Liz here. She's just like, from a player's perspective, don't split the party. From a DM's perspective, absolutely split the party. Okay, so everyone's going to be doing...
This is a safe space. We're fine.
We are local celebrities walking around the town. What is the worst that could happen?
Oh, safe space in air quotes.
Yeah, right.
It's my world. I'm just kidding. Okay, so everyone is going to be going into town. So the dice has determined. The dice has determined that we're going to start with Darlin's little excursion.
Oh, right.
Yay, a library excursion is always fun.
So, Darlin, after you, I guess, say goodbye to your friends, I don't know what we are at this point. Yeah, I would say you guys are friends. I mean, associates on a... Yeah, after you leave your associates, you get directions from the twins, and you head to Tara's Tomes, which is the local bookstore down here. As you get to the bookstore, the front of the storefront, at the very top, kind of embroidered in all kinds of different painted vines and leaves in different colors, kind of accent this sign. At the very front, it says Tara's Tomes, and underneath that, you see the door, and then you see the windowsill with a bunch of books displayed, ranging from practical guides to travel books about all the different islands and the cities in the Sword Coast. And there's even some lovely picture books, some of Dagon, oddly enough, and some other
Baby's
stuff.
first Dagon.
Honestly, literally, Baby's first Dagon is like...
Dagon with the wind.
It's like the hungry caterpillar, but it's the hungry Dagon.
Oh my god.
The very hungry water deity.
And then he ate one soul. And then he ate one soul and two...
You guys think it's like, like a soul-stealing thing? It's just the spirit of the ocean who's trying to reclaim the entire world. It's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
nonchalantly turning us...
everything that's been dead on his ocean.
Not like he wants to turn us into the elemental plane of water.
No, or like, have you evolve into fish people? No one, it's nothing bad.
Oh, no, we're not... We'll get to the Cthulhu stuff later.
I mean, as part lizard, I'm like halfway there to, being amphibious, so we can work it out.
You truly are a great representation of what can be achieved when you let go of your inner humanity.
Liz is like,
I can't wait.
Breaks open the door. Where is the smut corner? Liz,
come on, Darlin. You know you're looking for it.
Liz, I'm kind of mad I didn't come up with fantasy smut titles.
Little goblin
instead of
babes.
Bobby.
Oh, I have no doubt we could do that right quickly. Don't worry. It's
Oh no!
Just take the classic, Skyrim, the naughty Argonian.
Oh my.
Okay, so
Good.
not the naughty
Grab
Dragonborn, that'd be
the
a great
Dagon for Children book and shuffle through.
Oh my goodness. So as you're perusing the shop, there's a whole bunch of books here ranging from travel books to children's stories to regular novels. to some more questionable ones.
Slave trading for dummies.
Oh god.
Oh no!
How to make a lampshade.
Oh my god.
10 most
There's a really
fashionable
big,
colors this year.
cottagecore community here, but it's all human skin.
No.
There's a class going on in the back. All right, everyone, now make sure you spray it. It's got to stay moist, right?
Leatherwork.
Oh.
Flipping through the book. I noticed all
Anyways,
these really just
They've got to have like a
fancy-
Birkin hair in the city. They're just like digging bodies up and bringing them over.
yeah, as you're perusing this, at the behest of our lovely guest, it's just like you start to see more questionable titles like 50 Shades of Fae, among some other titles. Maiden Monster.
It's all fan service at that point. It's all fanfic that finally got published.
Long
has
day
all
gone's
of
journey
these.
into night. Like it just keeps going.
His Tao of Disaster.
He's the day gone.
As you are questioning this, and Darylyn, as you, her scimitar sensuality, Liz, I love you.
Day gone, girl.
So good, Liz. Dagon girl, very nice.
Dagon. Oh, why did I think of that? See, this is why you guys are here. But anyways, as you are perusing this, and Darylyn, you're questioning that you recognize these titles because apparently, I guess your mom has them.
They were in her special drawer.
They were in the cabinet at home that was locked behind it. It was one of those glass cabinets where you were told not to go, but as any child, when you're told not to do something, you're gonna go do it
She had
anyways.
this weird
And
carved dragon tail in there.
Oh my gosh!
Naughty dragon?
And you're just like, Mom, what does this do? And she's like, I'll tell you when you're older, honey.
You made it
older never
weird.
came.
Like there's gonna be a mom and son demo. What?
No!
Oh God, no! Sweet Christ!
Stop! Sweet Dragoon on a cracker, bro.
I said nothing. You laid out a plot point.
Y'all inferred it. Like, that wasn't there.
Someday I'll tell you.
You guys made it weird.
Bugbear's gone
Someday we'll
wild.
find it. The chromatic connection.
Oh.
Bugbear's gone
Anyways.
wild.
No,
Barely legal owlbears.
no, you guys, that's not the bookstore. That's the program illusionary store down the street. That's where you get
right.
Okay.
Bugbear's gone
We
wild.
call it the
Gawk,
gentleman's
gawk, goblins.
2 elves and 1 flag.
The joy of kobolds.
Oh,
Cuckold
no.
kobolds.
Oh.
Anyways, and that is why we have an explicit rating on this podcast.
1 orc, 1 tankard.
Okay.
Two elves, one halfling.
Oh, that poor halfling got paid double.
Mom, if
They are
if
lucky.
you ever find this in the future, just know I'm sorry.
Death
Just
news
like
now.
that, can't run for public office.
And if my principal finds this,
No, you didn't.
I
we're
did it.
cool. Just be like, it's like, I have no apologies. I didn't do it.
I didn't say it. I just
I blame the system.
If your
I learned it by
principal
watching
finds this, your principal found this for like you had to do some digging to find this, right?
She won't, and plus she's cool. I like her, but if we can prevent questions coming up, we're gonna go with that.
you. Mikey, you know I'm cutting half of this, right?
Yeah.
He has like his fingers crossed under the table, like.
No, we can't. We
Bet on-
gotta
bet on
have
that,
the orc
dude.
snoo, man.
Okay, we're gonna go. We're moving on from all that good stuff.
Go, Mikey, go! Take the reins,
You-
go!
You know, we're in like this water setting. Why is it not Fisherman's Wife? It's always Snoo and not Fisherman's Wife.
So, Darylyn, you pick up the children's baby's first date on book for Hugh, and as you are, oh god, as you are perusing through the files, you notice human woman. She's kind of running around.
She looks like me, human woman.
Oh my gosh. Anywho's, I'm trying to collect myself because that was a lot. But no, so this woman, she is dressed in kind of a... how do I put this nicely? She runs a bookstore, but you could tell from the way that she's dressed that you might infer she might be into some other stuff as well. She's wearing a very long, kind of lacy black dress. She has glasses. Her hair is kind of undone. You could see that it was in a ponytail at one point, but now it's just become all frazzled and unfurled. And she's kind of just going through the shelves with looking at a little checklist as she's going along. And she hears you kind of perusing the books, and she turns to you and she's like...
She hears me perusing books.
Listen, man, it has been a long day. Just roll with it.
Perusing has a very distinct sound. Mikey, tell him.
She turns to you, Darlin.
I think I found her. I just put her in the chat.
Oh, no.
Quick, to the chat.
She turns to you, Darlin, and she says, customer. It's kind of late, but welcome to Terra's Tomes. How can I be of service to you?
Hi, Tara. That name sounds really familiar. I can't put a finger. Regardless, I'm looking for some religious text, various ones. I'm also specifically looking for some books about a god called Dagon.
And you kind of just see her force a smile, but it's just like, now I need to ask for purposes. Are you one of his fanatics or just research is what you're looking for?
Research.
Good. Okay. Here. I apologize for the pointed question, but I had a couple of people in here not too long ago, and yeah, I love what I do as, owning this bookstore, but sometimes the clientele that you get, you kind of just grin and smile through the stupidity. Especially those religious fanatics. But that's beside the point. So,
she does realize she's speaking to a cleric, right?
and gave no fucks. Like, just put it right on him.
Your religion is shit.
Actually, no. That actually brings up a really important question. So, Darlin, you being a peace cleric...
Oh, no. Did we lose Mikey?
I don't think I ever asked you. So, clerics always have some sort of relic on them in terms of, like, the goddess that the patron that they serve. What does Darlin's little token from his goddess look like?
My little magical book that my little partner appeared to me in, and actually revealed a name that I was looking for, Tara Bellamar. Oh,
the moment
no,
you mentioned that to her kind of...
Mikey! Oh, there he is.
There you are.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. You scared us.
I mean, I didn't do anything, but all right.
He switched positions now.
Ooh.
Nope, we can't sing it because we'll get copyrighted. Anyways, so, Darlin, as you mentioned that a book gave you the name of Tara, her demeanor kind of just changes, and it goes from the typical kind of like customer service smile and a more serious expression kind of crawls upon her face. She walks over to you, and she gets in your vicinity, and kind of in a whisper, she's just like, she whispers to you.
As she steps a step closer to me, I step a step back because I have personal space and things. So...
Do we do this following across the whole entire shop now?
Walking
To get closer.
It's just a, yeah, we'll just say we do that. And at this point, Darylyn, your back is against the door, but before you can kind of open it up and continue it outside, Tara kind of just raises the kind of clipboard that she has in her hand, and she's just like, "Oh no, you don't!" And with a wave of her hand, you just hear the door locking behind you, and
Oh, it's one of those bookstores.
And as you are trying to open the door, she gets close enough, and she's like, "Who sent you?"
I told you, my book.
She just raises an eyebrow a la The Rock, and she's just like, exactly, it's like, She asks, "May I see the book, please?"
It's my special book.
I will give it back. I own a bookstore. I know how precious they are. I promise I will take good care of it, and I will give it back to you.
Look with your eyes.
Let me touch your book.
Look at your special eyes.
So she receives the book from you, and she kind of begins to examine it. And you just see a smile kind of crack on her face. She's just like, "I should have known that you're involved." And she's talking to the book. And she kind of turns the book around and is just
Well,
like, "I'm
thank you."
assuming... She turns the book around to you, and she points to it. "I'm assuming this was the person that told you to come find me." And inside the book is the little stick figure person that, your little buddy.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna be a lampshade.
There
And
you
so,
are.
Tara...
I'm wondering where you went. He only came out, or they only came out to talk to me once.
Well, it would make sense, but she's very shy. But she kind of turns the book back to her. Tara turns the book back to with the pages facing her. "Now, we've talked about this before. You got to talk to people. You can't just do Pictionaries, love. You got to actually speak to people. That's how you get to it. Hang on. Let's introduce you properly." And so Tara waves her hands in front of the book, and the book that you handed her, Darylyn, begins to glow again to a similar glow that you saw back on the ship when your stick figure buddy was kind of talking to you through Pictionary. However, this time, it goes from just being illuminated to the book starting to float out of Tara's hands, and the light begins to grow brighter in a more kind of golden yellow-esque kind of light begins to illuminate the entire store.
Your book is Tinkerbell.
And so as the book begins to kind of illuminate the store, you just start to see the light coalesce centered on the book, growing brighter and brighter until an explosion of light kind of just fills the store. And for a moment, you both are blinded, but as your vision comes back to you, Darylyn, next to Tara, you see another female figure. This one is about your height, so it's very interesting. However, instead of the more kind of crude pencil sketching lines that she had while she was trapped in your book, you see a caramel skinned woman with a long feather in her hair, in a billowing yellow dress, kind of holding a scroll in her hand. And as she is kind of standing up, and she looks around and she's just like, you have no idea how great it was to get out of that book. And she turns to you. Hi, Darylyn. Nice to meet you.
Where's my book?
But
Man,
I don't know how to talk to girls.
Hence the book.
Oh my goodness. Oh, right. So sorry about that. She picks up the book and she's like, "Here you go. Tara said that you would get it back, so I trust her. I like her." And this female figure that just popped into existence is staring at you with the book, with your book in her hand, kind of like holding outstretched to you.
She's probably seen you do some things.
Thank you. How did you get in my book?
Yeah, about that. That's a little bit of a long story, but introductions first. And she kind of just brushes off her dress and kind of just fixes the little feather in her hair. She kind of just sticks her hand out and is just like, "My name is Aquila. I was sent by Lady Seteth to make sure that you find Tara. It's a pleasure to meet you." And she kind of just sticks her hand out to you.
I reach out and just kind of hesitantly shake her hand.
I've never met a character in my book before.
It's happening. It's actually
Is this
happening.
what anime in real life and isekais are?
It's the holodeck in Fantasy World.
As a quick sidebar, if anyone who's listening to this or my players remember back like 2-3 years ago, there was an anime called Recreators. This is essentially what it is.
Oh god.
Oh.
I see, said the blind man.
Except
As he pissed into the wind. It's all coming back to me now.
Tinkerbook. No, forget that. Tinkerbook is the name of this episode.
Oh, very nice, Liz. Very nice.
Does she have the... Yes, if you're thinking of the movie, essentially that's where I got the name from. I was just like, I was watching it the other day. I'm like, that would be a great name. Let me write this down. But anyways, she's like, Aquila begins to vigorously shake your hand, Gundarlun, and it's just like, "So, it's a long story, exactly how I got in your book, but you might want to have a seat because this might take a while. Oh, but before I forget," and Aquila turns to Tara, "is he still around?" And Tara's just like, "Yes, he's still here, but you know he doesn't like to be bothered." And Aquila just goes, "But I think it's important for Gundarlun to meet him because he kind of plays a part in the whole why I was in a book, what's going on, all that kind of stuff. So, do you mind bringing him out?" And Tara just kind of pinches her glasses up further on her nose, the bridge of her nose, and is just like, "All right, Aquila, but I warn you, whatever happens, don't say I didn't tell you." And she just kind of, Tara grabs a book off the shelf, opens it up, begins speaking to the book like she spoke with your book, Gundarlun.
Why are you putting all these people in books?
You have a visitor, love. Aquila is back, and she brought her friend Gundarlun. I think it's time you have a chat with him. And so, as she finishes that sentence, the book kind of glows. This time, instead of a kind of golden yellow light kind of coalescing around the book, this one's more of a kind of mixture of teal and blue light kind of coming together. And out of the book, in a flash of blue and teal, comes a gentleman. He is also caramel skin like Aquila, but as far as the way that he is dressed, he's kind of wearing a kind of like black tunic, and he has a blue admiral's coat kind of hanging off his shoulders. He has glasses as well, and he kind of just pushes him back, and he looks at Aquila and looks at you, Gundarlun, and kind of just sighs. So out of everyone, Lady Seteth said Aquila and picked this gentleman to be the storyteller. Lovely.
This is every introverted kid's dream.
So this man walks to you, Darlin, he's taller than you by at least 6 or 7 inches, kind of pushes up his glasses and just says, I don't know what Lady Seteth has seen in you, but if you are here, that means that she finds you worthy. He sticks out his hand. The name is Asim. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, hi,
I am
Asim.
Lady Seteth.
Who is Lady Seteth, and why do you people keep coming out of books? My parents told me I should have stayed in the forge. I just wanted to read.
Say my name, Darlin. Only you can make it real. Say my name, Darlin.
Yes, Page Master vibes. Let's go.
Never-ending story vibes. Come on.
Page Master never understood. Asim kind of just, right, a little bit of an explanation. Aquila, you haven't told him anything yet, have you? Aquila's just like, no, I was told not to say anything until he met you. Right, well, at least you listened to that, Aquila. Though you never listened to anything else, but whatever, that's besides the point. Aquila just like, she stays quiet. You could tell she wants to say something, but you can also guess that there's some history there, and she doesn't seem the type to listen all the way the first time. But she does got moxie. Right. So Asim kind of just like, to give the short version of it, you are a cleric of the peace domain, correct?
Yes?
I don't know anymore. My books are talking to me.
Classify people. Like,
It's been a day.
I'm a religious person. I like reading. I try to get along with people.
Right. And I'm sure that's lovely, Darlin. But the answer to that question is yes, so good. At least you know that much. Anyways, to answer your other question of why people are in books. How do I put this in a way that you would understand?
Through dance.
Oh, no. So, to kind of go into that, the goddess that you serve, Lady Seteth, ever so often, she likes to choose creatures of this plane, and she gives them missions to spread her name into her across the lands. Granted that we could do it ourselves, but she picks you mere mortals, but that's a whole nother story. Anyways.
Damn, getting negged on.
But anyways, Lady Seteth is currently slumbering is the nice way to put it. And prior to her slumber, she sent out bits of her memories, her story, if you will. And she kind of spread it out to all her siblings. If you haven't already guessed it already, I am her older brother.
How would I guess that?
I love my...
You're giving me backstory. I don't even know the plot yet.
Did your religious... Asim kind of just looks sternly at you, Darlin. Did your religious order not tell you anything when they sent you out here?
No religious order. I like to read. I like to read about religions.
Asim turns to Aquila, and it's just like, are you sure this is the right person that Lady Seteth was looking for? And Aquila is just like, yeah, I mean, she told me to find Darlin, and I did, and, you know, look, Asim, I know I don't necessarily listen very well, but when it comes to a message personally from Lady Seteth, I tend to pay attention because I don't want to screw it up. I know I screwed up things in the past. I mean, but what's done is done. We're still here. Things are alive. You know, those villagers got all their crops back. I said it was an accident.
Okay.
But what's past is past.
So, Akeem, you're Lady Setev's brother?
Yes, I am her older brother.
And that makes Aquila her sister?
And Asim kind of looks at Aquila. Not exactly. See, Lady Seteth has a couple of disciples that work underneath her. And Aquila is the only one to, for whatever reason, Lady Seteth has found a fondness for. I think there are other people capable of this responsibility, but I don't question my sister because ultimately she's in charge. Aquila is a disciple of Lady Seteth. It is her job to carry out messages, find people worthy to receive her blessing. But things have kind of been a little hard the last couple of centuries or so. As I mentioned before, my sister is in a current state of slumber. For some reason, there is... And Asim kind of just crosses his arms a little bit, and you can tell that his expression grows from the arrogant asshole that he's been giving you. Now turns into a more worried individual. Before my sister fell into the slumber, she had summoned all the siblings and told us that there was someone who was trying to reach her and trying to take her memory. Inside her memory contains all the stories and knowledge of centuries and eons of these lands. Should anyone get that, they would be able to, with that kind of power, they would be able to rewrite history. Literally. My sister is in charge of the stories of all the creatures in this land. And as someone who would take that power, imagine what would happen if someone got the power of an actual author to actually rewrite the world to as they see fit. How much chaos and unnecessarily trouble that person would make. And so, before my sister went into her slumber, she spread this knowledge to us, her 5 siblings. And she told us to wait for her chosen champion, which Aquila would be bringing around, to pass on this knowledge to him. And I guess that person happens to be you. I still don't think you're qualified for this, but like I said, my sister knows what she's doing, and if this is her champion, then I will abide by her decision. So, congratulations, Darlin. You just signed up for a deity meet and greet.
Okay, I'm on board. Like,
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Sure, great, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't bring their book, can't have them sign it.
Can I buy one of theirs so we're good?
Right. Well,
look,
that pretty much sums it up.
I'm happy to be of help. This is all really out of left field. You people are popping up out of books. But your sister sounds cool, so tell me how I can help. I don't want somebody rewriting all of history.
Well, good. Well, at least you seem to have a good head on your shoulders. So, that's...
They haven't noticed stupid sexy Darlin yet?
It's just like Asim turns to you, JPL. It's just like, we will get to there. He's not necessarily my type. Okay, back to it. So,
Darlin
yes,
is
you have. It
everybody's
seems that you
type.
have. I mean, I'm not going to argue against that. But yes, like I said, my sister wants you to meet the rest of us, and once you do, we will give you the knowledge she has told us to keep safeguarded. Now, this is gonna hurt. This may hurt a little bit, but just bear with me, please, Darlin. And before you get a chance to react, Asim kind of just raises his hands a little bit.
What? No.
And you start to see a kind of sphere of light kind of form within his hands. And as the sphere begins to take more shape, you see that there is this sphere. There are bits and pieces of circular machinery that look like different types of scrolls kind of surrounding, and on the inside of said sphere is kind of similar to a glass shard. And as Asim kind of opens his eyes and looks directly at you, you see his eyes go from the normal blue color and they begin to light up into a more shining teal. And with this, Asim steps forward to you, Darlin, and kind of just, now, just bear with me. This will hurt just a little bit, but I promise you, you will be fine. And takes the sphere and kind of pushes it into your chest.
Take a deep breath in. This is going to pinch.
So, Darlin, as this sphere enters your body, at first, nothing seems to happen to you. So there's a couple of seconds where you are just kind of questioning why you were told that it would hurt a little bit. And as you kind of begin to calm down a little bit, your head begins to throb and a sharp pain begins to fill your head with headaches and just your brain racking with all kinds of information overloading it. And as you kind of close your eyes, you open it back up and you find yourself not at the bookstore anymore, but you find yourself in a large kind of open area temple. And in front of you is this giant kind of standing sarcophagus with a woman kind of inside of it. So the lid of the sarcophagus is clear. You see that the sarcophagus is decorated in all kinds of ornate flowers. And you just see a woman kind of just with her eyes closed and her arms crossed in this standing sarcophagus. And as you continue to take in the scenery, the woman's eyes open and look to you, Darlin, and just smiles and says, "My champion." And she kind of continues to smile at you and says, "I'm sorry that I couldn't talk to you in a more personal manner, but these short little conversations will have to do now. I am Lady Sedith, and I am so happy to have you as my champion."
Oh, thank you. I don't really have a good idea what's going on right now, but it seems like you got a lot of power with books. I'm into books, but it seems like some of your shit got loose, and we need to round that up. So let me know what I can do to help you out.
Yes. And she kind of just laughs and smiles at you, Darlin. "I've been watching you for quite some time, ever since you were a little boy, Darlin. And you're just fount of knowledge and wanting to learn more about the world. And just to be able to travel the world and learn about the cultures." Sorry, I'm trying to keep a straight face.
Santa?
Michael Jackson?
Oh, no! Let that man rest in peace. Let that man rest in peace.
Never.
Anywho's, your propensity for knowledge and always wanting to learn more about the world. You show a great potential. And what better person to pick as my champion as someone who wants to make sure that knowledge is kept sacred and to keep the peace in our history of these lands. There's no better person to do this job than you, Darlin.
honored that I could get your attention that way.
Yes. As she kind of continues to smile, Darlin, both you and Lady Seteth, in behind you, Darlin, you just hear this very gnarled and kind of loud screech coming from behind you. And as you turn to look, and you turn back to Lady Seteth, that warmth that she was expressing to you turns into a expression of worry. I'm afraid our time is up. You must go now. He cannot know that you are able to talk to me. I will find you once again. Find my siblings, Darlin, and we will continue to talk then. And before you get a chance to respond, she kind of just closes her eyes again, opens them back up, and her pupils become pure white and bright, and they begin to fill the temple and kind of obscure your vision. And as you kind of open your eyes and your vision comes back, you are back in Terra's tomes with Asim standing in front of you.
This fucking family, man.
Well, you didn't die, so I think that's a good place to start. So, I gotta give it to you. I assume you talked to my sister?
I hope that's where you were intending to send me, yeah.
You never know with these kinds of things. The last couple of champions, I guess, didn't have the propensity for it, but you do, so...
Sounds a lot like an excuse for you not knowing what you're doing.
I mean, to be fair, do any of us know what we're doing, Darlin?
I sure the fuck don't.
Right. Wrong person to ask that question. But I have done my duty, and Asim kind of looks at Aquila.
And then the B.
I hope you know what you're doing, Aquila. Keep this champion safe. And as he says that, you can tell that he's trying not to throw up when saying that. Lady Terra, if you would be so kind, I think my business is done. I would like to go back to my book, please. I have much more important things to do.
More important than rewriting history, I guess.
Asim turns to you, Darlin. Should you ever need to talk to me, you can always ask Aquila to take you to the in-between, and I will offer anything that I can for you. Well, I'm interested to see if you are able to bring back my sister. I have high regards for you. And with that, Asim walks back over to Terra, you see him kind of begin to fade away back into the book. Asim turns around at you, Darlin, one last time, and he kind of gives you a shit-eating grin and is like, I can't wait to see how your story plays out, and then disappears completely into the book.
All right. Well, Asim's a douchebag. Lady Satif seems all right. Aquila, you're cool. Let's find some books.
This is where reading gets you, Darlin. You get sucked into a mission.
But
Liz was right.
Yes. You just wanted some books, and now you have a whole ass mission.
Oh, it's an ass mission. Okay, it's a whole different mission.
No! Right. Well, Aquila's still there, Darlin. It's just like, right. We should probably continue to look some books for Hugh, shouldn't we?
Yeah, but also, what I gleaned to that through Asim's condescending douchebaggery was that I need to stop somebody because all of Lady Satif's power has been spread. But like, where are we starting? Like, what's the game plan here? Or are we all just making this shit up as we go?
I mean, and Aquila kind of just gets a little quiet. I was just told to bring you to a seam. I wasn't told any more of that, per se.
All right. So we'll be on the lookout for some weird book-related history, weird events that don't seem like they fit place. You just keep me apprised as we go.
Yes, I will definitely do so. And from inside your head, Darylin, you hear Asim is just like, Aquila obviously wasn't told that much, but let me just spell it out for you. And Asim is just like, oh, by the way, hi, I'm gonna be talking to you from time to time inside your head. You should probably get used to it.
Yeah, that's not gonna be any weird to any of us.
You're like Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z.
Would you let him speak? Seriously.
He's an asshole.
Yes. So the rest of our siblings are spread out through all other libraries and bookstores across the Sword Coast. In due time, I will let you know when we need to go see them. But I know of the youngest one. I believe, if I remember correctly, she is in Waterdeep somewhere. So, if you ever make your way out there, I will help guide you to her, and then we will do a part 2 on this whole thing. So yeah, welcome to the club, Darylin. We're gonna get along really well.
I think one of us might be a little more proactive about this than the other.
Well, trust me. If I had options, you weren't on the top of my list, but here we are.
All right, Tara, this douchebag, don't know what to do with him. But
right.
I need some books. It's okay if I take his book with me, because I'm going to need to talk to that motherfucker occasionally.
Yes, I apologize for Asim's behavior. You know, people that are alive for a millennia and a couple of centuries, they tend to grow crabby in age, but yeah.
Fucking
I
elves.
apologize on his behalf.
Wow, ageist jokes already.
Asim in your head is just like, how rude, Tara.
How rude.
So, John, it's a choose your own adventure, but yes. Oh my goodness. So, at this point, Darylin, you, Aquila, and Tara, with the voice of Asim now talking to you in your head, continue to get some books. The camera is going to cut over now. The camera is going to cut over to Hugh and Corvus. So you guys are...
And that is how you open the portal and make sure that he can swim through and embody the oceans as he had before. Do you understand?
Oh, I get it now. Kind of sounded like a euphemism half the time, but I mean, I get it.
It's a physical property of his love and his presence that we will all feel as he reclaims his boundaries under the water.
All encompassing, I could see.
Indeed, you will be swallowed whole by him.
I have a feeling it's more than just swallowed whole, more like drowned and
If you are in his shade, you will not drown. You will be brought under the water and survive. You will be changed for the better.
Alrighty.
Oh god.
So you two are having this conversation, and you are walking towards, I believe, the harbor. It was.
Yes, where the sailors are, so I can spend time with lots of seamen.
Not gonna say nothing about that, but alrighty.
That was an easy joke. I shouldn't have gone there.
I know, but easy jokes are so much fun. But anyways, so Hugh and Corvus, you guys make your way to the harbor. And so the harbor, it's an interesting scene as you guys approach it, because normally, from what you've seen with harbors, it's mostly just ships and the crews loading and unloading, goods all that kind of stuff. This is more lively because you see that, but you also see kind of stalls of different Kingsguard soldiers in full plate armor kind of running these shops, talking to the locals. And as you guys are kind of entering this area, you see an individual, and you have to take a double take because she looks out of place for a harbor full of armed guards. So this lovely lady, she has a kind of basket tied to her back. She's kind of in these tattered robes. But the more striking feature is that this individual, she happens to be wearing a full-on mask covering her face. And she kind of just walks around. She's talking to different people. And she turns and sees you two. And you just see her kind of just start speed walking towards you out of excitement.
This should be interesting. I've never seen someone with a mask like that before.
Neither have I. Maybe she struck you up as a religious type. Maybe she wants to hear more about
It's not a religion if it's nature. You have to remember, this is a force of nature. This is not some god that was made by man to believe.
I'm sorry. I'm still new to it.
Primal energy.
I'm sorry.
I know, and you are your own person who enjoys to take the finer things in life. Have you seen the stalls around here? Or the sea life you could taste? It could be quite delicious.
Hello.
Hello. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I already said hello.
Hello.
How can we help you today, ma'am? You seem to be in a hurry to find us.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Maybe it's like a code. Say hello, yes. Say hello twice if you're in danger.
Hello.
She's not in danger, so we should be good.
She seems to be fine. You're correct. You have deduced this, which is beautiful.
Do you need this?
What is she holding, Mikey?
So in her hand, she kind of is just continued. So you see in her hand, she has another basket, surprisingly. And she has an assortment of potions and kind of like regular adventuring stuff like rope, some rations, things like that.
We could definitely use some of your potions, yes.
Hello.
Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. Could I peruse your potions here?
Do you need this?
I might. I just need to take a look at them if I might see your wares.
Hello.
I don't want to just out. Hello. Nice to meet you. It's a pleasure to do business with you.
Do you need this?
Yes, I
might actually. Don't take the way. What? We don't need all of that. But why would you?
It's
Hello.
Hello.
Do you?
Hello.
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 Do you need this?
We might need some of it. Yes. Do you have other things like these?
Do you need this?
At this point, she kind of now has a short sword in her hands, kind of just.
Where is she pulling these from?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Yes.
So right beside her, you notice a couple of things. So next to her, so she has a basket tied to her back, but right beside her on the floor is a very large kind of multicolored patched bag where it is multicolored patch bag, but it's not necessarily a bag of holding. The best way to describe it, it's kind of like a weekender bag, so it's of that size. And the best way to describe it, thanks to its multicolored patched work and all that kind of thing going, this essentially is the closest thing to like a Mary Poppins-esque bag where anything is possible. And she's the she is just pulling these out of the bag.
Is it a bag of many pockets, or however that
Yes.
name is?
It is now.
Do you need this?
I am not in need of a short sword. Are you in need of a short sword?
I was gonna
don't
say
believe
this.
you are sword.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps we could trade something. We have your potions. Do you need this? And I pull out one of my pamphlets.
Hello?
Have you thought about... Hello? Have you thought about the coming times when you might need to find solace in the deep around you?
Do you need this?
I have many. It is yours to keep. I give it freely.
Hello?
It might be very helpful in the... Hello. It might be very helpful in your wares here. How much do we owe you for these wonderful potions that my friend is holding?
Ah! Do you need this?
So at this point, oh, one thing I forgot to mention. So on the bag, in very poor handwriting, you just see the name Majila written very poorly, kind of like kindergarten-esque type of writing. And in her hand, you just see a notebook with all the prices of the things that she has. So, for the sake of my sake, you guys are most of you are veteran players, so these potions are regular healing potions that you took. So you just spend however much money you're going to on them, and I will say that is how many you get or whatever else. But you are going to do the math. I'm not doing it for you.
I just didn't know how many she had, so I could figure out how many we're doing that with.
However many you can afford is essentially what it is.
I think healing potions are 50 gold each.
I'm looking right now. Are they common or uncommon at this point?
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, they're common. They're 50.
Yeah, at this point they are common. Mikey, you're literally a math teacher. It is a Sunday. That brain is off. I don't have to turn it back on until 7:30 tomorrow.
I am willing to... Yes, I can only buy one gold potion of the healing. At your prices, you're very expensive for yourself. I have not introduced myself. My name is Hugh. This is my friend Corvus. We are here visiting at this point, and you are?
Hello?
It says right
Very
here.
nice to meet you. Hello.
I hold up the book. I'm like, it's Magilla.
No, her name is Hello. She said her name is Hello, and I'm taking her at her word.
That's
Do you
true.
need this?
I'm looking at your inventory. It's very nice. Yes, it's quite beautiful. Your handwriting is quite good. Do you speak in handwriting better than speaking?
Hello?
Hello.
Ah, I think that was a yes.
So maybe perhaps Corvus actually, I have wet paper here. Let me just pull some out. Could I use your back to write something down?
I think it'd be better if I write on your back because I'm smaller. I don't want you to get any back pains from leaning over.
That is fine. I understand. Here's the paper and the pen that works on it.
Oh, thank you.
It is literally dripping wet.
Soggy.
It's soggy paper.
Oh, God. It's just gonna...
The sound effect and everything.
What should I write?
Basically, we want to ask whether or not we owe her for these, how much she's asking, and also whether she knows where we can find information on the king and other things in the area, basically. If anyone has come to town that knows that.
Okay, I write...
Unless you have more to ask her.
What's wrong with me? Oh, she has things.
Also, I would love to know where she got her mask, because it is quite fetching.
I write all that down as best as my little goblin hand can.
It tickles when you write on my back.
I know. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. You got a pointy pen.
It needs to be pointed to pierce the skin of the paper, because it is so wet.
And then
It's like tattooing.
Oh, God. I kind of like peel the paper, the soggy paper from his back, and I pass it to Magilla.
Somehow it's wetter than before.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And
Do you
it
need
doesn't
this?
run? Oh.
Pass her the pen.
Oh, yeah.
She can use it to respond.
Oh, here you go.
Do you need to write on my back as well, or do you have a flat surface you could put it on? Ah, her hand would have worked. That makes sense.
I think it's funner to do it on someone else's back.
I feel like I bond with you better when you write on me, yes.
Yeah, definitely. Did she just turn the paper under there? Doesn't like fully spell hello. There's like missing O's and L's in each line of the hello.
Do you need this?
Thank you. I will take it from her and read what's on it.
Okay. So, while her speech may be limited, as you are reading Majilla's handwriting, it's very complete, and there's no run-on sentences. There's correct grammar. It's just
perfect.
It's messy still, but it's complete thoughts and sentences. So what she wrote out to you is essentially, this is the information that she gave you. So on the note, as far as King Red Axe goes, he is in Stone Rise Keep, which is at the highest point of Gundarlun. So Majila kind of just points over out in the distance, and on a very tall cliff on the other side of the harbor, you see a giant fortress kind of sticking out on this cliffside. And so, based on the information that Majila wrote and through her pointing, you could surmise that that is Stone Rise Keep.
Hello? Hello?
Thank you so much.
You
That
need
is much more descriptive. We will need that later, yes.
Hello?
Hello.
Just
I appreciate that I am saying this to you as if you cannot speak to me, but I understand that you understand what I am saying.
Hello?
Which is nice. Yes. You seem a very nice person.
Do you need
What
this?
else do I read on here? Jeez.
So at this point, as you guys are continuing to talk to Majila, another female figure kind of just approaches you, and just from a distance, all three of you, including you, Majila, you just hear, "Oi, Majila, what are you doing over there, love?"
Hello?
Hello.
And as the three of you kind of turn around, you guys are met again by Fila. So remember, Fila is the one who met you guys at the docks a couple hours before, gave you the gold that King Red Axe gave her to give to you guys. And as a reminder, she is King Red Axe's right hand, so she is his second in command. Ay, Majila, you can't keep running off like that. I can't find you anywhere.
Do you need this?
Oh, you know this person.
Hello?
Yes. This is this is Majila. Don't let her limited speech fool you. She's actually a very lovely person. She's very intelligent. And in fact,
Yes.
Hello.
She's in charge of all the trade here in Gundarlun.
That is wonderful. I figured out that she was quite intelligent. I was having a wonderful conversation with her, and then we wrote her a note, and all of a sudden, it was as if a book had opened, and we both could understand each other again.
Do you need this?
I have a question.
In character or out of character?
In character.
Okay, go for it.
Is she?
What does Majila taste like?
No.
Is she cursed?
And Fila kind of just looks at Majila and kind of just says, "It's up to you, love. I can tell them for you if you want, but only if you want them to know."
I personally would prefer if she would say it to us, because it is her thing to say. If she does not want to say, she does not have to.
Ah, you're right. And you just see Fila pull out a little notepad, flip it open, and gives Majila the pad and pen. And so, up to you, love. I'm right here, and I support your decision.
You do not have to answer if you do not want to. We are not here to know your secrets. Why do I hear a gem dragon yelling from across the way? Do you need this?
Longbows have 600 feet of range. Just saying.
It's very true.
I'll take the notepad if she's handing it back. And I'll look at
Okay.
it.
So, now let me ask you, Magila, or Professor Crosswave.
Huh?
On this notepad, did Magila tell them, or did she not? It's up to you.
Magila told them, but it was still ambiguous.
Gotcha. Okay. So, Corvus, as you are reading this note, you read in her handwriting that, yes, Magila is cursed, but she doesn't give too many details as to what kind or how she became cursed. All she mentioned was that a creature by the name of a creature that goes by its type as a Rakshasa was the one responsible.
What do you read, small friend? What do you see on the paper?
So,
Yes, it sounds like someone's being shot in the background. We know. I don't know whose background that is.
So, Magila, if it hasn't been apparent already by my friend Hugh here, kind of patting on him on the thigh,
Thank you.
he pokes a little fun at me because I too am cursed. I am cursed from losing my sense of taste. I guess to get to the point is, do you know where this person that cursed you went? Because I'm looking for the guy that cursed me.
What? This is new information.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn.
You suddenly turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No. If I did, I'd be going like this and we'd be calming down with it.
Magila's gonna lean close to Corvus.
Corvus.
Do you need this?
Oh my gosh.
I do.
Hello.
And I kind of shyly put up the notebook. Tell me your secrets. Pretty please.
I can leave you two alone if you need to discuss things. I can go find others to be around. I do not want to intrude on something that is not something that I need to be a part of unless you want me involved. I'm not going to say either way.
I don't mind you being in my business. We're kind of stuck together at this point.
It's true. It is true.
But that is up to Magila. Magila, it might be a little sensitive for them.
For obvious reasons, and I fully appreciate that.
Oh.
I think that's a nod. You could stay.
Perfect.
At this point, Fila kind of just looks at you. It's like, well, it seems you guys have a lot to talk about. Fila turns to you, Magila, and is just like, I'll just be a couple stalls down if you need anything, love. If you need anything, maybe a little bit later, but I'll be down there. So if you need my help, you just call me and I'll be right here.
Hello.
Take this with you as well, just in case you want to know of the impending rise of our Lord Dagon. You might be well informed. And I hand her another pamphlet.
Fila kind of just chuckles at you, Hugh, and is just like, oh, you're a funny one, aren't you? And she kind of pulls a locket out from underneath kind of her armor, and she's just like, I already am a believer. And you just see a circular kind of pendant with Dagon symbol on it, and kind of just stuffs it back in. And she kind of gives you a wink, thank you for the pamphlet, love, and then turns around and kind of goes back to the stalls.
Corvus, we are in danger.
Why are we in danger? Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Why are we in danger? Tell me why we're in danger.
She's a believer.
Wait, what does that entail?
If she's already believing in what is coming, she may be attached to the cult that I was formerly part of, which would mean that we are not safe here.
With all respect, because Majela is like standing next to us, right?
Yes, I understand who hears me.
Respectfully, Majela, because she's probably your friend. Should we stab her?
No, we do not want to cause trouble at this point, but keep your eyes open for that symbol. And let me know if you see it beforehand. We could stab later if we need to, but not at this moment. This moment we are still being peaceful and helping Majila, hopefully with her problem, even though she may not trust us now. I just may.
Yeah.
We will take your pet back. You two can discuss. I will keep an eye out for others that may wear this symbol.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right. So as the camera
Majula's not wearing the symbol, right?
No, she's not.
Okay.
Damn.
So the camera is going to pan out at this point as you guys continue to...
Yes, I need this. Thank you. Hello. Hello.
As a sidebar, Crosswave, that was so good. I loved it.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, back to the action. So,
I'll be stuck in my
Tydak.
head all day.
Hello.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go to work tomorrow, and I'm gonna be like, "Do you need this? Do you need this? Hello? Do you need
Oh
this?"
my gosh. We're putting it on a t-shirt, kids.
So you all know, it was a Jason mask, just inside out.
Had an eye patch on one of the sides.
It
was dark
there's
in
only
there.
one eye in the mask.
Oh no.
It's
All
even
right,
creepier.
so
It's perfect.
hang on. So, Tydak.
What? Huh?
So, you are headed towards the Crow's Nest Tavern. So, as you are walking towards, the directions that Thera gave you from the Dragon Turtle Inn, you make your way to the Crow's Nest Tavern, and it's a little bizarre, to say the least. You try to make sure that you are in the right place because all you see in front of you is like a smashed up pirate ship that got destroyed, but part of it is still standing on the shore. And you hear, and lots of people from the inside of this ship hole, and you also see the lights and everything. And according to the directions that Thera gave you, this must be the Crow's Nest Tavern. And as you are getting closer to the door, you see a familiar face. So you see this hulking half-orc covered in tattoos with kind of like a paperboy cap and suspenders. This orc basically looks like he walked out of Peaky Blinders. And with the suspenders and everything. And you just see him coming through the door holding a penguin humanoid looking creature, and kind of just, all right, out with the lot of ya, and kind of just tosses this penguin out onto the ground outside of the entrance.
Oh, Prince.
And you just see this. It is like John said, this is Prince, so the penguin that helped you guys during the ambush, just turns around and just yells at them, "You know that wasn't fair. I want my bag back." And the orc is just like, "Tough luck, kid. You lost the fight fair and square." I'm like, "You know that wasn't a fair fight." I was just told to throw you out, so here we are. Prince kind of just brushes himself off and is just like, I will get my bag back. I promise you that. And as Prince kind of turns around, he kind of walks into you, Tydak, looks at you. Oh, my apologies. And he catches himself and he's just like, you're that dragonborn on the ship.
No. I've never met you before.
Roll me a deception check.
Wow. That's the first thing you're going to say to him? I'm not the guy you're looking for.
These are the droids you're not. These aren't the droids you're looking for.
I got a 16, by the way.
Okay, so we're going to roll for Prince here. Natural 20.
Damn it!
Whoa.
Base.
Prince looks at you, Tydak, and just... You could tell that he wants to say something very bad. It's just like, you know what? It's been a long day. The point of the matter is, you know who I am. I know who you are. And actually, and you see Prince kind of smile, you're the perfect person to help me with this.
I don't like where this is going.
Ooh.
I assume you're here for the Buccaneer Brawl, correct?
No, I just heard noise in the distance and wanted to check it out.
JC, roll me a perception check, please.
This is like day one improv class.
No, but
16.
Oof. That you almost beat me. But at this point, Prince kind of just holds up the paper and just says, I know that's what you're here for. And he points at the paper that was in your hand a moment ago. And it's just like, I know you're here for the Buccaneer Brawl. I know that the twins gave this to you. So
Okay, you also know sarcasm?
he took it from your hand, man.
No, I could tell. Although it wasn't in my hand, it was in my chest, but sure.
Oh, God, he got it from your armor. That's right.
Remember, I tucked it up in my leather.
Hey, this is...
They don't call him Slippery Fingers Penguins for nothing.
I'm surprised he reached that high.
He's a humanoid.
Ah.
Anyways. I need your help, and if you help me with this, I promise I can pay you.
Ooh.
To be fair.
I don't have a lot of coin, but what I do have is I do have a lot of magical items. And if you help me with this, I would be happy to part with some of my stuff. I do need to get my bag back, though, because all that is in there.
Okay, so how about if I win your bag back, I keep the bag and everything in it.
Whoa!
And we just pretend like we don't know each other.
You were thinking he was the good one of the group.
Oh, I never expected him to be the good one, but this is turning out so much better than I could have anticipated. Alrighty. You just see Prince sigh, and it's just like, all right, a deal's a deal. Let's shake on it. And he holds out his flipper.
What'd you do in game tonight? I extorted a penguin.
Penguin extortion.
I just put my claw in his hand.
You know I don't bite, right? You can shake my hand.
Yeah, but I will.
Ooh.
Kinky.
Promises.
I like you, Tydak. Prince is just like, I admire your moxie, Tydak. We're going to get along very great. Now, all I need for you to do is I need you to go inside.
And win my bag.
Yes, you're going to win your bag, and you can have everything that is in it. But you need to win. If you need anything, I'll be outside. So if you need something, just peek your head out, and I'll see what I can do.
I would like you to give me a healing potion right now, because I'm kind of low.
The same one in his bag.
Right.
Prince kind of just looks at you and is just like, well, I mean, they took my bag, but they didn't take everything else. And attached.
Kept it up his butt.
No.
I was wondering what that smell was.
Tydeck. So you see Prince kind of unclip the last kind of like holster from his belt, which, if you remember correctly, is where he held the other healing potion and the dandelion dust that he gave to Hugh during the fight. And so he takes this out. He just sighs. I'm going to have to make some more later. And kind of just gives it to you. And it's just like, knock it back, Henning. Get to business, Tydeck. We got a lot of work to do tonight.
Corvus, I hear the sounds of a penguin being extorted somehow in the Force. I don't know what's going on.
So it's 2d4s plus 2, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so I get a total of 10. I rolled 2 4s.
Yay.
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 I got mail.
Just Darylyn, you just hear a seam in the back of your head. It's just like, I sense a penguin cocra being extorted. This town never ceases to amaze me.
This reminds me of the scene in the Holy Grail when it's like, I remember the days when young men wouldn't say "need" to old women.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my goodness.
Good knowledge.
Alrighty, so Tydeck, you are all healed up, so I'm assuming you're entering the crow's nest.
Yeah, I'm at max health now, so I'm ready to go.
He's like, let's go. Tydeck is ready.
I feel alive.
Tydeck is ready to rock someone's
Just wish
shit.
I had a long rest so I could do more things.
Listen, I think I'm fair, but I mean, it's the evening, so
You just don't want me to fly again.
maybe. All right. So as you make
Watch it not be allowed.
I mean, don't
can't do it
give
even if I
away the
wanted
spoilers. You can only do it once per long rest. All right. So as you make your way into the nest,
Been on that
the
day.
Crow's Nest Tavern, Tydeck, the site is, I would say it would be surprising, but given the fact that you grew up in a gladiator pit, like, this feels like home, but more positive than negative.
Hey, look,
So-
no one's being tortured and extorted horribly. It's all right.
So you make your way in, and it's just a mass of cacophony of noise. You just hear people being rowdy, clinking their mugs and throwing back the ale. In the corner, you see a band playing. They're not terribly good, but they're pretty, decent. And as you are making your way, you find the tavern owner. So this particular individual, he has very kind of dark red hair. He's dressed up in a nice vest with a little tie. He has tattoos kind of running all up and down his arm. And you also, for some reason, when you notice his smile, you, for a second, think that there might be some pointy teeth kind of poking out of it, but you're not entirely sure. And based on the description that you received from the twins, you are looking directly at the Crow's Nest Tavern's owner, a one Mr. Caspian.
So, I guess I walk up to the owner and ask where to start, or where do I apply?
Hello, can I help you? Did you need something from me?
Sorry, TV's just fucking.
You are
He
a
was
bit
amazing.
shaky, yes. Have you not been to a pit before?
A Pete?
A what?
A pit.
A
A place you fight another man to death for glory, gold, and so forth.
an arena?
I mean, same idea, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's where I got most of my scars from.
Oh, these are scars, not birth things. Good, very good. Do
funny.
you want a drink, or can I offer you something else? Or are
I'd
you
like
here?
to start fighting.
Oh, just like that. No talking, just fighting, huh?
Yeah.
You are one of those. Were you invited to come here?
I reach back to grab the penguin who's got my paper and take it from him again and hand it to the owner.
Hey, you could just ask, man.
And I hand him the invitation I was given to by the twins.
Oh, this smells like the ass of penguin. You know that penguin fellow, yes?
Hello,
it's not like I
Caspian.
want to.
Ah, hello, penguin. Hi. You did good. You almost made it, penguin. You almost did it.
You know I was cheated.
You almost had it. You were so close. It's just a flipper thing. You were right there. You just needed one. If you had a thumb, it'd be all over. You were so close. But I digress.
Don't chastise me, Caspian.
I
How
apologize.
does he open vials without a thumb?
What are the
Oh my
rules?
god,
to
you're right.
What are the rules to your fighting? See, apparently there are cheating allowed. So what is the rules?
Well, it depends on the fight in the pit. Are you fighting 1-on-1? Are you fighting 1-on-3? Are you fighting just because? Are you just trying to survive? We have many a different fight here in the pit.
Okay, well, I was told of a fight with a big reward. And his bag, which is now mine. I would like to get back.
Oh, you're here for the bag from the penguin.
And the reward.
Yes, that's going to be hard. I bet you can do it, but it's going to be really hard.
Well, bring out your tricks. Let's play.
So here's the deal. All you have to do is win one fight. That's it.
Okay, but who's
You
going
have to win one fight against 5 different opponents, but it's just one fight. That's it.
Okay.
And they're all probably, how tall are you? Like 5'1", 5'2", like how tall? You're not very big, yeah?
What does it matter? Do you want me to stand up tall, or do you want me at my normal slouch position?
All you have to do to get the penguin ass bag back and your reward.
Yes.
You have to win a fight against 5 opponents, and they're all less than half your size. That's it.
I don't like that.
That's it. They're all less than half your size. They won't even come up to your balls. There's tiny little things, and there's only a 5.
So there's 5 halflings I must
fight. 5. And all you have to do is not be dead. And then you get the ass bag of penguin, and you get your reward, and you can be free. You can be a champion.
Come on, it's like kicking kindergartners. You got this.
Okay, so side note, my computer is completely frozen again, but I have audio.
You're still moving.
We can see you too, which is hysterical.
Yeah.
So I can't click anything on my screen right now, so I had to pull it up on my phone, just saying.
Okay, gotcha.
The power of imagination.
Well, no, I can't click anything as in I can't
get his character sheet up.
Okay. At this point, Prince pulls you aside, Tydak, and is like, you better be careful. I was like, Caspian is a smooth talker. He can talk you into things just as much as he can talk himself.
Hey, penguin, you should roll for stealth. You're hella loud. I can hear you. You're right there. Penguin. Why would I cheat you, penguin? I already have your ass bag. Why would I be mad at you? I take that back. I didn't hear a fucking thing you said. I am immune to penguin.
My screen went black. Time's ticking.
Oh boy.
I don't know, but somewhere in the world.
We still hear you in the. Wow.
So
how do we still have you?
I don't know, but my screen's completely black.
Jeez. It's a blackout.
And we never saw him again.
And the light went out in my closet too. I had to turn my phone on. Like everything's falling.
Oh no!
It's like,
is it like a motion light or the bad bulb?
It's a bad bulb. Like it started flickering while I was being creepy mask face, and then all of a sudden, like I got to the tavern and the lights went out.
Thanks, Liz.
Yes, I agree. We are her favorite train wreck.
So, do you want to fight 5 tiny things that don't even come up to your balls for the penguin bag ass?
I mean, do I have a choice?
I don't know. Do you want to do it or not? I don't care.
I know you don't care, but that's my bag, and I want it back.
I thought it was the penguin's ass bag.
Well, it's mine now.
You want the bag of a penguin ass?
It smells good, don't it?
You're different, aren't you? Okay. Well, you do you. I mean, you're more than welcome to sign up.
Then let's go.
Okay. I'll put you on the list. There's only 2 fights ahead of you. You maybe have 30 minutes. You might have 30 seconds. Depends on how well they do in the pit.
All right. Fair enough.
I give you some advice, though. These things, they are very small. They're half of your size. They don't come up too big. Be careful. They're a little,
Crazy?
Yeah, let's say crazy.
Manic?
Let's
Psychopathic?
say, those are good words. Don't be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You're tough. You got scars. You've obviously fought in the pit. Yeah, or else you would not come here.
I mean, I kind of had no choice to be thrown in my pit, but sure.
Oh, good. I like you. I place good odds on you then, huh? I make... So, that is your name. Oh, okay. Good. Should I give you a fancy entrance, or do you want an introduction, or just say Turdic?
I mean, you're gonna just say whatever you want in the first place, so why should I even care?
Oh,
damn,
okay.
it's being spicy.
I would love to say things for you. I think you like it.
I think I won't, but I don't have a choice. Let's just get this on.
You're gonna like it. Here, have a drink. And I'm just gonna pull a drink from under the bar and put it right in front of him.
And I'm just gonna slide it away.
No.
I like you. You're smart.
Those years of rogue, man. Alrighty. So, Tydak, you and Prince are kind of just chilling in this little montage scene. You just, Prince kind of giving you some pointers, pointing people out, kind of trying to give you advice because he wants you to win very badly. And after a couple of fights, we get to the main event of tonight. So Caspian kind of just stands in the middle of the fight pit, and he starts to make his announcement.
All right, everybody. Thank you for your awkward applause. I appreciate it. We have one last fight for the evening. Only one left. I know. I'm sad too. But it is different. Remember the penguin ass bag? Yeah, I know, right? The thing? Guess what? It is back on the line. And the audience roars. We have someone who's come to revenge.
Ass bag.
Our penguin friend who came so close, right? Who came within mere flappy inches of not fail.
Birds aren't real.
But still did it. Sorry. We have someone who has come to avenge the penguin ass bag and get
Ass bag.
reward. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of who the fuck knows, and weighing in at probably less than I fucking care, covered with awkward scars, and his friend of Penguin. Ladies and gentlemen, that guy.
That guy.
Ass bag.
And that guy's opponent And for that guy's opponent,
Birds
I
aren't
give to
real.
you a favorite we have not seen in quite a while. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the family. And I'm just gesturing to the other side of the arena.
Oh my goodness. So, as Caspian kind of outstretches his arms, you just see kind of coming from the back of the tavern. You don't necessarily see anything at first. What catches you is the sound that you hear first.
Alrighty, boys, let's get started.
And coming from the back, you just see 5 angry halflings storm the arena, all with all kinds of broken weaponry. Some have sticks, others have lead pipes, and the ringleader one, kind of just with a scar across its eye, just looks at you and is just like,
Ah, Caspian, I see that you brought us a new participant. This is gonna be fun.
Family.
Take out the children first.
Alrighty, boys, it's showtime.
roll initiative, Tydak.
Come on and get up. It's time to play now.
Beat the adults with the children.
Loki, this is turning into our wrestling fantasy.
People are raising signs up like incest is best. That's so terrible.
They're pushing each other because they're all excited. The family's here, no way!
The family. They're reaching out trying to get like handshakes and stuff like that.
What would be
One
their
of the family takes off his cap and gives it to a kid in the front row.
I am Betelgeuse. All right, what you get, Tydak?
I got an 11.
Ooh, 11. Okay. Well, lucky you, because they didn't roll too hot. They rolled a 2, so you're up first. All right, Tydak.
From the Tinglefoot Family Dungeon, the family.
Let's get ready to rumble.
So, I'm gonna cast sleep on them.
Just
What are you casting?
Casting sleep.
Beat them in their sleep.
Okay, I mean... So, remind me, so you're casting this at first level, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay, so...
So first level 5d8.
You can't fight if you're not awake. All right, roll the dice, Jace. I swear to God, if you...
You can still be in a fight.
Nothing says I hate you like punching someone while they're sleeping.
I swear to God, Jace, if you get this, we can no longer be friends.
And we all have to be quiet because we can't hear Jace anyways. We don't know what's going on yet, so we should all...
Total roll is 22.
Ooh. So close, but no cigar. You were off by... Well, okay.
Not
So
even
the way
one of
that
them?
because I randomly pulled a stat block, so the way I'm treating this is kind of like a mob. So they're all one entity. So that's the way I built this. But you were so close, Jace. You were off by 1. So close.
So you're saying I can't do anything to him because I'm off by 1 hit point?
That is correct. Because the way that sleep works, and you guys can correct me that I'm wrong, but the way that
I
sleep
have
works...
to affect the total HP.
Yeah, so you were off by 1, so it's no effect.
Ouch. Damn, it fizzles.
I'm assuming that's your turn, too.
Oh, no, I have bonus actions.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
I don't, actually. The only thing I can really set up for is, not get my ass kicked this turn. Okay.
Well.
Well.
It sucks not having a long rest, isn't it? Oh, buddy, don't worry. I promise it won't be that bad. Oh, wait, no, it's the family's turn. So,
I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
them kind of realizing that you tried to put them to sleep, they kind of shake off your magic and it's just like,
Oh, I see we got a wise guy here. Alrighty, boys. Let's show them how we take care of family business.
Nice, Liz.
so they are going to attempt their multi-attack. So they are going to try to hit you with the steel pipe. Roll to see if they hit. I'm assuming a 4 does not hit.
Nah.
Damn it. Alrighty. So then they are going to try to then use their special move.
What, when they throw one of them at me?
No, so I mean, to be fair, they're tiny, so you're easily able to. They come swinging full force with the metal pipe, trying to bust your kneecaps, but you're easily able to dodge it out of the way. And so you just see a twisted smile on the family's face. And it's just like,
All right, boys, let's pull off maneuver number 1.
and so you just see them kind of huddle together. And essentially, you have 2 of them kind of lower themselves on the ground. The other 2, there's 2 more standing on their backs. And then you see the last one kind of just full force. And as this last one jumps forward, the 2 that are standing on the backs of the others kind of just grab him and full on try to missile drop, like full on throw him as he attempts to missile drop kick you into the ground.
That's
Let's
amazing.
see. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
So you don't take. So you take. Okay, you only take 2 points of damage, and as the impact of this family member's feet careen into your chest, not only does the wind get knocked out of you, but you get knocked square on your ass, and you have been knocked prone.
Ooh.
And unfortunately, that is the end of their turn, so you are up,
So
Tydak.
I only get knocked prone and no damage is dealt? I didn't hear the damage part.
No, so you got 2 points of damage, and you got knocked prone.
Okay.
So it is your turn, so you are currently flat out on your back. You're just like, ugh!
This is my only hope. So I'm gonna try it again.
Oh, jeez. Goes back to the well for a second time.
You don't go like you don't have Thunderwave. Thunderwave is on you, and it's
No.
oh, you fucked up, man. I salute to
Bro.
you.
It's not that I fucked up. I chose what I wanted to choose.
That's okay. Everyone gets.
They all have Tavern Brawler, so it's even worse.
Yeah, that's the worst.
I'm gonna cast sleep again.
Alrighty. Second time, let's see if it works. You gotta get a 20.
25.
God damn it.
Ooh.
So they all take a nappy, right?
Yep, because this is a mob. This time, as they're like,
Yeah, we got him good. Yeah. Man, why am I so tired?
and just, they all careen on the floor. And they're just, and they're
Okay.
just asleep.
So I'm gonna use half my movement speed to stand back up again. And I can't do anything else this turn, so I'll have to wait till my next turn. Because that was my only turn, only action I could do this turn.
Yeah. Okay, so Jace, remind me when it comes to sleep, there's no save to try to wake them up, huh?
Nope.
Damn it. And the spell is how long?
1 minute.
Fuck me, bro.
10 rounds. Oof.
Yeah, so the family is still currently asleep, so technically it's your turn again. I fucking hate the sleep spell.
Put them all in a bag and kick them into the river.
Nah. They be swimming with the fishes.
I will say, though, coup de grace takes a whole round.
Coup de grace takes a whole
You're
round.
technically not taking damage.
Just from the top row, Finn Balor coup de grace it. For all my wrestling
No,
fans.
wait, what did Mike just say? Something about damage?
Putting them in a bag won't technically damage them. And
Do what Corvus would do. Set the bar on fire and throw them in it.
What?
Yeah, but...
Ass bag, ass bag, ass bag.
I feel like the whole crowd is very confused watching the sleeping family. Like, what's happening? Why?
Like a real wrestling show. You don't know who to cheer for because creative decided to write themselves in a corner.
Exactly.
Well, they did this. They wrote a 5-on-1 match. Like, honestly,
Those don't happen very
what is
much.
this?
Alright, well, I guess I'll swing
What is it? The
with my
Spirit
big
Squad?
weapon.
Oh, oof, oof.
Oh, you know what? I have 2-weapon fighting, so I'm gonna use my scimitar and my short sword.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I mean, I guess technically, okay. This is the weird thing with the sleep spell because I guess
They'll
roll.
wake up most likely, right?
Well, I mean, I don't think it says, but I'm gonna rule it as such because technically they're incapacitated and they're sleeping. So if you want to roll
Each
to
creature
hit,
affected by the spell falls unconscious until the spell ends. The sleeper takes damage. They're unconscious until the spell ends, or the sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or wake them up.
And that makes it harder because you're using them as a mob, so it's technically one whole entity.
yeah.
So I'm gonna use short sword and scimitar. I'm gonna use the scimitar as the main weapon, the short sword as the secondary.
Freaking fighters, man.
Am I right? Fighters
It's
are...
your-
Natural 20.
Holy shit!
Are you
No.
kidding me, bro?
Soul Knife
All
Rogue.
right, so the scimitar got a natural 20. So
Max
I'm going
damage
to-
plus roll for the additional.
out.
Doubled max damage. Yeah.
The best part of it is he's rolling.
You're right!
Beyond, we
Oh
can
my
watch the
God.
rolls come, and it is.
So scimitar is dealing 12,
Mm-hmm.
and the short sword it's gonna hit without the proficiency bonus
Okay.
because it's my second hand. So the second one's only a 7, so that I don't think that's gonna hit.
Oh, 7. Well, technically, no, it doesn't hit, but I feel like since they are asleep, it shouldn't matter, so I'm going to say it does.
Yeah, if you.
Aren't you rolling with advantage because they're asleep?
Yeah, right?
And they're technically on their backs.
If you.
On their back, they're prone.
Yeah,
Another
exactly.
nat 20.
Holy shit!
Are you natural or dirty?
No, it's natural.
That's Nat.
You could literally look at it.
Nat.
It's in the game log.
Oh my god.
So I'll deal minus the 3, so I'll deal another 5.
Oh my god.
No. 2-weapon fighting. That lets you add your
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah, you're
bonus
trained in
to
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's your fighting
Yeah.
style.
So your strength or dex, whichever you're using.
How do you want to do
Ooh!
Whoa!
And the crowd goes wild.
And the crowd goes
Ass bag,
crazy,
ass
yeah.
bag. That guy.
I see like Tuscan Raiders like.
So I kind of want to be an asshole, and I kind of just want to go up as they're sleeping and just slowly decapitate them.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Asshole? What? Unhinged, honestly.
That's called. That's called murder.
Yeah.
Start with the children
I mean, I
first.
gotta win.
Well, the bartender did say if you survive, which implies
True.
that
True.
And to be fair,
True.
fair, the twins did
He
say
also said
that
to the
this
death.
tavern kind of plays by its own rules. So,
sucks to
All
be
right.
them.
so You decapitate the whole family, Tydak.
As they sleep, just.
The North remembers.
Caspian's gonna run out into the arena and then look at that guy, but kind of smile, and then turn to the audience and go, "That guy." We're gonna pick up the head of one of the family and yell "that guy" again, and kick the head into the audience.
You see, like an old woman stand up with it, like happily.
No match for. Bring him the penguin ass bag and his great reward.
Ass bag.
He should get paid for 5 fights. That was 5 different people. Just saying.
Someone from the audience yells.
I'm just gonna start tossing pieces of the family into the audience, like that guy.
Are you like chumming the water? Like.
So
like handing out
Caspian,
drink coupons at B-Dub.
Caspian, as you're doing this, you're just so enamored with the bloodlust and that you just witnessed in front of you that Tydak, you notice that Caspian's eyes they change a little bit. So Caspian, as he's doing this, you see his eyes kind of go from regular human pupils to something more cat-like, if you will. So,
You said Caspian, right?
But then Caspian, you feel yourself and you kind of just close your eyes and then they're back to normal.
That guy, yes. I'm gonna take the bite of a head like an apple, like that guy.
Can I say something out of character real quick?
Yes.
Does this Catman have backward hands too?
Oh no.
I have a bone to pick with him if he does.
I'm pretty sure out of game we know who this is, but in game we have no idea.
I'm eating his
What are you
ass.
talking about? It's just Caspian, bro. It's just literally he's an NPC.
Catspian, Catspian, we got him. Yep, sure.
I'm just playing a role that was sent to me. I'm going to. I guess some folks come up with the reward, and it's just like a treasury chesty thing. I'm going to yell to the crowd to go, "For that guy, I give you this great reward." And I hand the box. Oh, and the penguin ass bag. And I take the
ass bag
out of my own shirt, hand the ass bag to that guy.
Ah, so you had it the entire time.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to whisper to that guy.
Do you know? You're sneaky. I like that. You can make a lot of money here.
How much money?
I mean, how often do you want to work? Every night? Every other night? When you want to?
Can we talk about this later?
I can't hear him. What do you say?
Can we talk about this later? I have an idea.
Of course. I'm here all the time. Come find me.
Find you I shall.
Lovely.
Now, open the treasure chest because I'm not opening it before you do.
Of course.
I'll take the treasure chest back. I'll turn it to him and slowly open it.
Okay. So as you open the chest, Tydak, inside you see a pretty substantial good amount of gold. Now, you're not necessarily that goods with the numbers, but you can, through the power, somehow, through divine intervention, your dungeon master, whatever you want to call it, you have gotten your hands not only on a penguin ass bag, which is priceless, but you also have a chest that is 250 gold.
I like the
That's
numbers.
Wow.
I'm, as Caspian, I'm going to say, as it's open,
It's like 300 gold.
Ooh,
I
even
think.
better.
We paired
That's
it.
like 10 healing potions.
But we do this.
every day.
Again, we'll talk more. I'll take those and shove them in my backpack.
Yeah, because that's not heavy at all.
I can carry it.
So, as you are about to leave Tydak, Caspian kind of stops you real quick, and this is just me narrating this. Before you go, he gives you, he gives you the equivalent of a couple of drink coupons, but he also
What,
gives...
pieces of the family's fingers?
Oh my gosh.
You should nibble these for health. They're great.
we salt them and we dry them out. They're great jerky.
But on top of that too, Caspian gives you a... So how do I put this? So I'm taking
Dawn Treader.
Dawn Treader. So essentially what it is kind of like in certain martial arts, anime, and things like that, when there's a tournament going on, depending on your rank, you get some sort of indication of the color of your rank. So Caspian hands you a bracelet and kind of gives it to you to put onto your wrist. And the color of it is just a kind of like yellowish color to indicate that you... So
Exactly.
you're just starting
yellow.
out in Caspian's Buccaneer Brawl
I'm gonna
like racketeering bracket.
I'll lean over to him as he speaks. This doesn't mean much to you now, but it will mean something to others. Just know that you are far better than what this says.
I don't know how to take that other than thanks.
Good.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn to the audience and make an announcement. For the next hour and a half, all the family merchandise, 25% off.
We want to thank them and send them off on their future endeavors.
Okay, so Tydag, you put the bracelet on, yeah?
I'll put it in my bag. I will not put it on.
Okay, cool. Prince
Good choice.
Prince comes running towards you. It's just like, oh my god, Tydak, that was so much better than I could have thought. That was fucking awesome. It was a little bloody, but it was awesome.
I mean, bloody is what I do.
Yeah, I mean, I should have put two and two together after, you psionically blasted a couple of fish people on the ship. But
I wish I could have done that again.
Yeah,
I'm all out of that little spice in the back of my throat right now.
The spice must flow.
Prince with his little flipper kind of just pats your arm. Tydak and just is like, that'll do, Dragonborn. That'll do.
Okay.
And
the references in this game are hilarious.
I try. But Prince kind of just looks at you and is just like, as promised. I mean, you won it fair and square, so you get my bag.
I take the bag, dump everything out of it, and then just throw the bag in my backpack.
I can commit murder right now.
Prince kind of just looks at you a little puzzled and kind of is just, Tydak, you I'm like, Tydak, you won all this fair and square. I told you you could keep everything.
Yeah, I said I wanted your bag. I was messing with you.
Prince kind of just looks a little dumbfounded and is just like, are you sure?
Well, I still want the magic item you promised me. I was just fucking with you, and I throw the bag back.
Prince kind of just is quiet for a moment, and then he looks up at you, Tydak, collects all the stuff and puts it in the bag, and just for whatever reason out of nowhere, quickly runs, you guys are close, he kind of runs in, quickly gives you a hug, and then lets go.
Whoa! Before he hugs me, I put my hand like on his head and push him back like a child.
He's your size.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
I'm trying to be nice here. Let me give you let me hug you, bro.
I'm good.
Then, damn.
Hits him with the I'm good.
Cold.
Then at
I
least
may be heartless and I may like to play jokes, but I don't like touching.
all right. I respect boundaries. I did not know that. I apologize. Then at least a handshake then.
Again, I push my claw out into his hand. Just my claw. It's fine.
With his flipper, Prince kind of just takes it, shakes it, and just, all right, as promised. He kind of reaches into his bag.
Ass bag, ass bag, ass
The
bag.
crowd is still cheering.
Ass bag! Ass bag! So out of his bag, Tydak, Prince gives you a. There's two things in it. One is another healing potion. The second
Yay.
is a very interesting looking item wrapped in kind of like a plastic film, is a candle. Upon looking further at this candle, though, you see some runic markings on this candle, and as you are trying to decipher the runes, Prince is like, oh, before I forget, I think I have it in here somewhere, and kind of is just rifling through his bag. And he's like, here, the shop owner gave this to me to kind of give it to you as a description. I wanted to test it out to see how it worked, but I'm getting the feeling that you and your friends might be able to use this better than I can. And so he hands over the item descriptor to you, and it gives you the details of what this candle does. So, out of character, as your DM telling you this, Jace, the item that, and I'm just going to tell you this because you don't have to identify it because you want it fair and square, the item that Prince just gave you, the candle, is known as a Justinier candle. So what it is that when you light this candle, the flame starts out the regular kind of orangey, reddish kind of tinted candle, but as with this special candle, when you light it, the flame will turn a starch green. And anybody and every creature, well, every humanoid creature that is within the 10 radius of light that this candle emits must make a wisdom saving throw. Otherwise, if they fail, they fall under the effects of Zone of Truth.
Ooh.
So essentially, when this candle is lit, if a creature fails, every creature that fails falls under the effect of Zone of Truth. But if they succeed, the candle will then turn a light blue, signifying that the effect did not work. If it did, then the flame will stay green. So essentially, you just got a candle that, when lit, gives you the one free use of Zone of Truth.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I'll give you the description later.
I would appreciate that. I need to drop that into inventory.
I'll give it to you later this week. But Prince kind of just... Yeah, that was... My God, dude. Tydak, that was amazing. But...
I just got very lucky.
Luck, skill, doesn't matter. The fact is that you won. And I can see why King Red Axe, sent this out, and I'm kind of glad you guys are the ones who said yes to him. Can I tell you
I'm
something,
only out here
Tydak?
looking for the twins.
Oh, can I tell you something, Tydak? So, I have to come clean here, and I think it's only fair because you got my bag back, but King Red X had asked me to kind of observe you guys to see if you have what it takes for the request that he's asking. And I'm happy to tell him when I get back to the keep that you guys are up to it.
I don't know all the details, but something is amiss here at Gundarlun. And
something is rotten in the state of Gundarlun.
We're gonna play some Sweeney Todd to continue that.
Maybe. But I think you guys will be able to solve this little issue of ours. And who knows? I know King Red Axe will reward you guys handsomely. But one other thing. I saw for myself that you are a great fighter. So I think this team up is going to be very great. And Prince kind of just pulls out of his bag. He kind of gives you, Tydak, a sealed letter with the seal of King Red Axe kind of stamped into the wax seal. And Prince just tells you, make sure you and your friends bring this with you so that way you can get access to the keep tomorrow morning. King Red Axe will meet with you guys. He'll go over the mission, and then I'll lead you guys to where we're going. But until then, congratulations on your win. That was fucking awesome. And I will see you tomorrow morning. And Prince kind of just, with his little flipper, kind of puts it to his head, salutes you, and begins walking out of the Crow's Nest Tavern, leaving you, Tydak, by yourself.
I need to go take a nap.
And with that, I think we're going to end tonight's session right there.
Still haven't got a damn long rest.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Hello.
Hello. Oh no.
Hello.
So really,
do you need this?
So really quickly, before we sign off for tonight, I once again want to thank my incredible players. They all rocked it tonight. Oh my god, that was so much fun. Does anyone have any projects that they want to plug before we sign off for the night?
Not any good ones.
I stream every now and then. Is that something I could plug?
Go for it.
Yeah, plug it.
Do it.
Plug it.
I stream every now and again. I just started working again, so it might not be as what is the word? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Frequent?
Frequent, thank you. It might not be as frequent, but yeah. But yeah, you can find me at board_cultist. That is the name of my Twitch channel.
Nice.
Awesome. Anyone else got any projects they want to plug real quick?
I will do my usual shtick of promotions. One, Improvised Weapons Podcast. Very fun, very funny. Mikey is going through right now. He can attest. It is a very well put together podcast with a bunch of improvisers, most of them learning how to play D&D, and it's really just screwing around. So good. I play Yarfik Stormhammer, the Dwarven cleric there, who it's very screwed up and fun. Secondly, Dumpstat Tees. If you haven't bought your Dumpstat Tee yet, please do it. They're an amazing company, and they make these wonderful shirts that say one of your statistics is your Dumpstat in any different color you want and shiny lettering. It's very fun to wear to cons. And Mikey and I are working on some projects in the background, so hopefully those will come through soon, but I don't want to plug them until we're ready for them. So that's about it for me.
Awesome. Anyone else? And if not, then I'll give my little spiel. So, any other projects?
I'm on TikTok. If you can spell my name right, you'll find me. That's really all I got.
That guy!
To everyone who listens to this thing, you guys need to go to TikTok at John Crossway. My God, this man's storytelling ability is just phenomenal. His recent stories about the Grimoire are fucking fantastic. It is amazing. Go check him out. Support this man's. He is amazing.
Thank you. That's so nice. You said it better than I would say it. Thank you for that.
You're welcome, dude. Like, you have no idea how the dimension you added to this. But once again, the only thing I really got going on is I have my D&D Vibe Tribe merch. The Roll with Pride collection is still up and available. and it will still be available for as long as I'm still here. The cool thing is that every t-shirt, part of the profits, gets donated to Rainbow Railroad, which is an organization that helps members of the LGBTQI plus community who are facing persecution in different countries, for them to come over and be safe in America, Canada, countries where same-sex marriage and gender equality and all those things are allowed and are okay. This is Mikey for the Call of the Deep campaign, signing off for the evening. Remember, everyone, take care of each other, love one another, and until next time, we'll see you later.
That guy.
I'll feed the sun.
Hello. Do you need that?
This has been the Call of the Deep podcast. To support us, please subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you download your auditory escapism in podcast form. And, while you're there, leave us a 5-star review. Even our intrepid characters are no match for the insidious algorithm, especially without your ability to cast aid on our stats. The music in this episode was Prepare for War by Alexander Nakarada. You can find all his music at serpentsoundstudios.com. Tune in next time for more hijinks from the darkest depths of the sea on the Call